going on, people? Guns Rider from NextGenTactics. We're going to use the G11 again. I'm going to show a few videos with the G11. And I don't show them now. I'm going to show them in a couple of months from now when all the players are, quote, used to the game. Because there's always those excuses. I find it actually rather funny where, like we show certain games, you're like, yeah, you need to do that because they're noobs. Everybody's a noob right now. Everybody, technically, I mean, whatever. If you're an experienced COD player, you can adjust a little bit faster, but we're all at the same level here. So it's just, as a side note, I find it funny that those trolls out there always say the same bullshit. Anyway, the G11, let's get back on to fun things here. This weapon, if you saw the last one, I think it was on Jungle or whatever, just fooling around in the jungle with all the little kitty cats. And this weapon, like even in a game like this, I mean, typically I would consider firing range, that was the name of my other video, firing range to be more, akin to SMG, running and gunning like that. I would say that this map is, oh shoot, that was close. I would say that it is better suited for a weapon like that, only because it's one of the smaller maps and there's a lot of tight corners and stuff like that, so an SMG definitely works. However, if you know the map well enough, if you're paying attention to where your teammates are, you can use pretty much anything you want. And I've decided I'm using the G11. This thing is awesome. The more and more I use this damn weapon, the more I friggin' absolutely love it. It's got, I fire from the hip quite a bit because I don't want to scope in, but I can scope in if I wanted to because I use Sleight of Hand Pro on it. And unlike the nerf of the sniper weapons, the sniper rifles and everything like that, you can put on a variable zoom scope on this thing, which I'm horrible at. If you guys watch my other video, I'm not good at using. I hardly use it. Maybe I'll have to try and get used to it. Maybe it'll be really helpful in search. I think that'd be kind of cool if I can learn to use that thing. But I find this thing's actually pretty easy to fire from the hip. Oh shoot, did I get that guy? Come on, man. Jesus. But anyway, I love the low power scope on this thing. If you notice, it doesn't completely black out the surroundings, although it does help you focus more on what you're looking at, but you can see still on the outside. But generally when you're doing it, it kind of, it's irrelevant as to whether or not you can see on the outside because the center is so apparent, you know what I mean? It's so blatantly obvious that that's what you're going to be concentrating on. Sorry, I couldn't get the right words out there. Blah, 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 blah. And, you're not going to be able to see around the side, but it's something to get used to. You're going to have to fire from the hip once in a while, only because, especially on maps like this, you're going to come across a lot of SMGs. So you need to get used to spraying with this thing, and it's a burst fire weapon, so it's not going to be the easiest. You got to keep pulsing it. Just keep pulsing that friggin' weapon and learn to strafe. If you can strafe and pulse, then you're going to be fine. No worries. Absolutely no worries. But this weapon, I don't know, man. The power, again, like I said, like some people, even on, I think from the NGT Elite team, they're like, oh, I don't like it. You won't like it. M16's way better. And I absolutely 100% disagree. I would prefer to use this weapon and the configuration I have right now over the M16 any day. I am fast becoming I'm in love. If it was a lady, I'd make love with it. Yeah, sexy, sexy lady. She's a little dangerous, though. Cold as steel. Anyway, before I go on to a little weird world there, and you guys are like, what are you talking about? You're talking about humping a weapon. No, I'm not. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, G11. Look at this thing. This thing is beast. It's beast. It just friggin'... The scope, the accuracy, yeah, it moves around a little bit, but the burst fire and the action on it is just friggin' incredible. I absolutely love it. No, I can't pure run and gun, and as you guys know, that's not my style. I won't do that. If I have an SMG, I will run and gun, and I think I might do maybe a completely different separate sort of series for deathmatch free-for-all later on. I'm not going to do it right now. I'm going to finish them off with my tactical series. I'm going to get into search and destroy tactical series, and then what I'll do in a couple of, in a month or a couple of months, once everyone's used to the game. Those trolls, they're stupid. Anyway, once everyone's, quote, used to the game, then I'm going to go back and I'm going to just pure run and gun. And just to bring balance to the strategies and tactics And, you know, it's also good to do a second series because things do slightly change. But for the most part, as we've always said, you know, Spider-Bite and myself can go back to COD 4 now, World at War now, Modern Warfare 2 now, and use the exact same strategies we've always used, and they still work. As much as people say, oh, well, that's things will change, your strategies won't do this, won't do that. Not true at all. Those guys, don't listen to them. If you see those comments, they're idiots. Of course, when I say that, of course, you'll put those comments down, and I love you guys for that. You're funny. Ha ha ha, that's a good one. I said don't ignore them, and then you put it down, and then everyone laughs, and you're a comedian, jackass. Anyway, so when you do that, don't worry about that. Don't listen to those people. The strategies, in all honesty, that we show you will work. They'll work now, and they'll work friggin' in the future. They'll work in a few months from now. They'll work in a year from now. They're always the same, and the reason being is that people tend to stay with the same patterns. They may come across us once in a while, and you know our strategies work, but the same thing's going to happen. They don't always change their strategies and what they do. So I promise you, if you use Spider-Bite's rushes or my tactical series, like especially in Search and Destroy, they will work now and they'll work in the future, and we'll test them out. I mean, you have to understand that they don't work 100% of the time. Nothing you do works 100% of the time. You don't own 100% of the time, and those that say that they do are liars. Again, cue for you guys, put your comments. I always dominate. You guys are always hilarious. Anyway, that's it. Try the G11, man. I'm telling you, that weapon is friggin' sweet. It has now become my absolute favorite assault rifle. Oh, yeah, things are going to get real messy out there, and I'm going to be cleaning it up. I'm Guns. Peace. Get the latest updates and stay in touch with the NGT community with our all-new Facebook application. Check the description of the video for details.